Hey guys, what's up? It's Jazzy Jolene and welcome back to my channel. As you guys may know, it's my second of 4 videos for my horror story series. Now, I just want to warn you guys that this video is really hard to film. I'm doing so much research on this topic. This is something that's kind of still a little bit uncomfortable for me to talk about, but it's something that has happened to me. It's part of my history. And it's part of something that can help so many people, so I'm going to just tell it to you guys. But before then, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification for notifications for when I'm going to post outside of this series. And for my Halloween series, obviously I've decided to be posting on Thursdays at 5 Central p.m. So that one you know about, but for others you gotta hit the bell icon to do that. Anyways, as you guys may know by the title of this video, I was in an emotionally abusive relationship. Before I get into it, I just want to give the same disclaimer as I did last time. Please do not send this person or family members or friends if there's any type of hate. I will not tolerate it whatsoever. My story is just my personal experience about what happened, and I really wish that this person has learned from their mistakes and moved on with their lives. That's all I want for that person. But anyways, I was 19 and I discovered online dating, right? Plentyoffish.com was my go-to because I met so many new cool people on that site that I'm still good friends to this day. So I went on there and I saw a boy that lived pretty near me and I thought he was cute. I lived in a small town at that time, so I kind of heard of him, kind of not, but being in a small town, you kind of hear about everybody, like everybody in your town. It's just kind of how they work. But since I'm from a place of 100,000 people, I don't really pay attention to that, and I just do my own thing and I make my own judgments about people that way instead of hearsay. But anyways, I messaged with this guy, and I think he first had to like him kind of like Tinder, but kind of not. I don't remember. It was the beginning of the 2010s, so I can't really remember, but we started talking and he invites me out to a first date. Not the inviting out, it's the first date, it's the red flag. It's what happened on the first date. Well, we had a really nice date at Olive Garden, and he tells me he hates his sister. And his sister is a genuinely nice person. I've never had any problems with her. So that was red flag number 1. I'm sorry, but why would you hate your family member? And I asked him, like, oh, why do you hate her? Oh, it's because she's annoying and does blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to say his real name, so let's just call him Chad, because we all know a Chad in our lives. So I'm like, Chad, why do you hate your sister? What does she do to you? Oh, she's just and she does this and this and this, and she gets everything that she wants, and she's the baby. I'm like, Chad, that's how baby siblings work. And then eventually they grow up to be really good adults, because that's just how it works. That's what being an older child is. And so I was crazy not to get out of that date. And I accepted another date with him because I thought he was cute and I thought he would have been kidding. But second date goes on. He asked me to be his girlfriend. I said yes. Things were great for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks he was treating me like a princess. He was opening doors and saying please and thank you and greeting me as my love. And everything just changed after that. After that honeymoon phase of 2 weeks happened, he started critiquing my body in very, very bad ways. Now obviously, like, I have a bigger chest and he loved those. My problem was my ass, right? Which is ironic because I've got an ass, okay? But anyways, I was younger. It was the earlier 2010, so I wasn't as rounded out, I guess you could say, as now. And part of why I have an ass now is because of weight gain with health problems. But anyways, that's not related to the story. Oh my god, it's such an emotional story. But he would be like, every single time I would come over to his house, you need a bigger ass, you need to do more squats, you need to do this. And the funny thing is, I did squats every day around my house. I canceled my gym membership the previous semester because I was a poor college student working at Walmart for $8 an hour. I could not afford to keep up a gym membership. It got worse than just the criticism about my body. In fact, he started criticizing my stomach too. He said, oh, you'd look better if you lost 25 pounds. And I was already 125 pounds. I am 5'3". Technically, 100 pounds would have still been within a good BMI, but I am thicker bone. There is only so much weight I can lose before it starts to become looking unnatural. Besides body shaming, he started ignoring me. Well, when I came over, that was. He was more interested in his PC games, PC, personal computer. He would game on them. I would come to his house and go downstairs, and he used to greet me and hug me and kiss me and whatnot, but he started ignoring me when I came in. I would say, hey babe, or I would kiss him. He would get mad at me and yell at me for ruining his game. He was in a live match with his buddies. Like, I'm sorry, you invited me to your house to spend time with you just to treat me like that. And that kept on going on and on and on throughout our relationship, and it kind of got to the point where he would ignore me for 30 minutes to an hour while he plays his damn PC games. Like, you told me to come over. You don't want me to be here, I'll just leave. And one day I tried to leave and he saw me leaving. And he grabbed my arm and pulled me back in the room. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, obviously you don't want to be here, so I'm leaving. In reality, I was just going to visit his mom because sometimes, like, I know he likes to play his PC games, so I would have just texted him saying, hey, I'm here, I'm just visiting with your mom. So that's what I was really going to do. He grabbed me by the left wrist and pulled me back in his room. And I'm not going to get into the rest of that. And that was pretty close to when we went on vacation. But anyways, I'll just save vacation for later. He would also not only like text me saying when he wanted me to come over, he would also keep constant tabs on what I was doing. And at the time, I was like in summer school, so I was like focusing on my classes. I was focusing on theater. Oh, and that was another thing. He would constantly make fun of my theater friends because most of them are gay. I'm sorry, but I think it's wrong to make fun of anybody for any reason. And let me backtrack a little bit. He's supposed to be a Christian. That's what made me fall for his dating profile anyways. And he's just making fun of that and treating me horribly. But anyways, oh my God. He would constantly be making fun of my friends. And if I wasn't at his house at a certain time, he'd text me, where are you? Where are you at? Where's this? Where's that? And sometimes I would just get him a Sonic dream just to be nice. And he would keep constant tabs on me. And sometimes he would ignore me when I needed him. And I would just text him, hey, are you working? Because he worked at his full-time job and he'd help out with his family business. So I'd be like, Chad, are you working? And he'd say yes or no. If it was a yes, I'm busy, I just kind of like said, okay, whatever, I won't talk to you right now, but once you're done, can you talk to me? And if he said no, then I would just ask, hey, can I call you? And he'd be like, no, I'm too busy with the game. There was that thing. He was very hot and cold in the relationship. He would be very loving one minute and then just be like, you need better abs the next minute. And then vacation finally came. His mom told me that the family was going to go to Florida, and I'm like, oh, well, that's really nice. I have summer school, I have my finals, I can't afford vacation right now. And she's like, well, Chad can pay for it for you. He can just buy you the ticket. And I'm like, no, Chad does not have to do that for me. Like, I can find a way for me to save my money enough to buy a ticket because I'm a college kid and I know how to scrunch my money. And Chad insisted on buying the ticket, and then he did. And then Chad just kept on being emotionally abusive even before the vacation. Things got as bad as I said earlier, but I still agreed to go on vacation. So we go on vacation, I passed my final, whatever, that's good. And guess what he does on vacation? PC games. His excuse is, oh, me and my family were already here before you a week before. And I'm like, yes, Chad, I know that. And I was studying my ass off for this final and taking my final. Sorry, I had to get up, my camera died. But the first day after we spent the day together on the beach, he got horribly sunburned. And I got a little sunburned too, but it's just because he did not use any sunscreen. The first day after that, I didn't mind that he didn't want to go to the beach because he was sunburned really bad. He didn't look good, and he also did not really like to put aloe vera on, while I did, so I kind of recovered faster. But the second day, I asked him if he wanted to go to the beach, and he's like, well, no, I'm still sunburned. Can't you tell? Can't you see? Oh wait, you're nearsighted, so you can't see shit. And I'm just like, excuse me, yes I can. And Chad, why don't you just go put on a t-shirt? I only have a week here with you. I don't like wearing t-shirts when I swim. And I'm just like, Chad, I didn't ask you to swim. I just asked you to spend time with me. You can spend time under the umbrella. And the family brought an umbrella, so it wasn't anything major. Anyways, finally he goes to the beach with me. And even the first day at the beach, actually, he was walking around. I was holding hands with him and whatnot, like the coupley hand. Oh yeah, and the holding hands thing, that's a whole nother story. Like, you know when you hold hands with somebody, you just kind of like hold them like that? And you see these thumbs, right? It's just you don't think anything of it. Say my right hand is my hand and left hand is Chad's hand. If I would try to just go like this, automatically he'd slap my hand and be like this. So, and it was just a power move that he did. He wanted to be the main hand, and that's what he told me. But anyways, we were holding hands. He kind of just did the slappy hand thing because I was accidentally holding the hand wrong, and he would do several times. And I mean several, like I couldn't tell you how many times he did this at the beach, but he would see a really hot girl walk by and he'd point at that girl's ass and be like, now that girl has a nice ass, what do you think? And it would just get me so mad because I'm just like, Chad, I'm right here. Do you not want me? And I asked him that and he's like, well, of course I do. I just want you to have a better ass. And there were several times that conversation happened. And then there was another girl that walked by, but except this one was smiling and looking at my boobs and kind of just did a thing at me. So she was pretty cute, not gonna lie. And this has the audacity to be like, oh, she was smiling and waving at me. She has a nice, I want your ass to look like hers. And I could just kind of kept it quiet from there because I thought it was funny, because when somebody makes eye contact and looks at you and goes, I don't think she was looking at you, because I mean she was a lot more attractive than what you were, but I wasn't gonna say that. Anyways, he just did a constant thing of that all throughout the time we were at the beach. About his third or fourth day of him being sunburned, I still wanted to go to the beach again because we're in Florida. You go to the beach, and he's like, no, I don't want to go to the beach. I want to play my game. And so he does, and I'm like, well, you know what, Chad? Fine. I'm gonna go swim. And so what I did was I left the house that we were staying at, and I just went to the community pool that they had, not even the beach, because I just didn't want to be like human trafficked or whatever. I just trusted that community pool more than a public beach because it was more private. So I'm just like, whatever, I'll just be here. Sure enough, he texts me, where are you? I'm at the pool swimming, like I told you. I tell him, if you want to come or not, it's up to you, but I'm fine keeping my own company. I text. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, he tried apologizing for everything under the book. The pointing out the girls is nice, the ignoring me, the playing the games and not wanting to hang out with the other family members. And I got it again, and everything was fine for a day on vacation. One day out of pretty much all vacation. Okay, maybe two if you count the first day I came and we went swimming and whatnot, but anyways. And then here's where it came to foot. I accidentally spilled a little bit of water on his laptop, just the most minute water, and I rushed to get up some paper towels so I can just dab it off. And he yells at me, what the f were you doing? I told you not to drink water by my laptop because I know you're a plus. And that is when I lost it. I wanted to say, Chad, if I wanted to destroy your computer, I would have poured my whole glass on your computer because that's all you've done on vacation was just play your damn games. What I really did was, I'm so sorry, Chad, I just ruined everything for you. He stormed off all mad, and his sister's boyfriend was just like, you know, he's such an I'm like, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, honestly, I just don't know how much longer I can take it. And he got mad at that. And then he also got mad that I went to the beach without him because he wanted to play his game and not want anything to do with me, but he decided to come to the beach anyways. His mom and I see a group of really nice hot men in 4th of July flags and like underwear and whatnot. By the time that Chad came around to the beach, he saw me taking pictures with these hot boys. Oh, and I have never seen a guy that red before. This guy turned as red as a tomato. He was so pissed I was taking pictures with hot guys. And I'm just like, Chad, don't be a hypocrite right now. I was just taking a picture with these guys and you were talking about all these women on vacation and I can't take a picture with these hot guys. Oh, and he got mad. Except I didn't say hot guys at the time. I just said 4th of July guys because they were in 4th of July attire. But he got so mad he didn't address it, he just dropped it. We went back home from vacation and yada yada yada. He gives me the silent treatment. And I'm like, okay, maybe he's just resting from vacation because we had to drive home 12 hours. Well, more than 12 hours, and he's unpacking, whatever. Next day goes by. No communication. 3rd day goes by. Hey babe, are you doing okay? I sent him. Yeah, just been working, been busy. And me just trying to like keep the peace with him. Oh, with what? Are you okay? Yeah, fine. That was it. And that was when I realized I need to break up with this guy. So I waited the 3rd day just to make sure he was not going to text me back or invite me over to the house or whatever he wanted to do. I was just testing the waters and seeing. 4th day after vacation. Hey, Chad, can I come over? I really need to speak with you about something. No, I'm busy. Okay, well, can we schedule a time to call? No, can't do that. I don't know when I'm going to be free. So I did the thing that I said I'd swear I'd never do because I hate when people do this and I've had this happen to me before. But the breakup text. Chad did not give me the time of day to speak with him honestly about our relationship, whether it was by person or phone. So I had to break up with him by text. I crafted this breakup text with 45 minutes of my time, and as soon as I hit send, I cried. Because this was the first real relationship I've had, my first real serious one. So it was very hard. And after the relationship, I just kind of lost myself. There was a part of me that was missing, so. And at the time, I was in church and all that, so you can't say I didn't have God in me, because I did. I prayed to God, like, what should I do? Like, throughout this whole relationship, I prayed. Nothing. I'm just like, God, what can I do? What's my path? And God's like, you're gonna get a good man someday. So I tried to force God's will, of course, and I did some stupid things with stupid guys. In their defense, they were some of my guy friends, like my straight guy friends that I thought I could trust, and they knew how vulnerable I was, and they kind of just took that to their advantage, but also me just kind of being rebellious and also just trying to make what God wanted to happen. Just both of them were not good combinations. I'm not saying that I'm completely the victim, because these guys and me were both at fault. We're both not saints. Maybe I should have been more demurring about not wanting to do things and just wanting to heal, but I thought I was. I really did. But anyways, I'm just telling you guys this story because I feel like somebody needs to hear this in the world and needs to be exposed to what emotional abuse is. and this is only going to be part 1 of my emotional abuse series. I'm currently in the process of researching emotional abuse statistics because I feel like it's a thing that needs to be more talked about than what it currently is. And it's because I know that emotional abuse can turn into physical abuse. One of my good family friends, Brandy Del Marco, she was killed by her husband at her husband's mom's house, and her husband's mom is like the sweetest little thing. And of course, I'm sure that their relationship started out as an emotionally abusive one, like mine did with Chad. And thankfully, mine and Chad was only 2 months. But only 2 months, and I experienced all of that. What would have been like in 4 months, or 6 months, or a year, or even 5 years where I am now. But anyways, this is part 2 of my Halloween horror series, and part 1 of 2 of my emotional abuse series. Please subscribe to both Jazzy Jolene and Jolene Sings, where I'm going to be posting on them, of course, a lot more often. And just please leave a like on my video, and please tell me your story if you want to. Also, if you do tell your story to me, please note that I'm not a medical professional. To get out of a bad situation that was a lot worse than mine, you really need to contact the National Domestic Abuse Hotline, because those people will get you out of a relationship. And I will be posting that in the bottom of my description box, because I feel like that hotline can save lives. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Bye-bye!